You got control of your own volume on the table.
It's a little switchboard. Let me show real quick. Oh shit! Look. Oh, okay. I was gonna say. See
We
what
live.
Oh, is we?
That's what we talking. I said that we live.
I thought you was bullshit. All right, where you go?
I can't hear myself. But I know.
You ain't talking yet.
All right. We Up Radio presents the first episode of The Wide World of R with your host, Ryan.
Hello, people. How are you doing?
Hold on. You're not ready yet. Go.
Are we going in? All right. You go around.
My name is Ryan Rogers, and I am the host of Wide World of R with my co-host, Ron Worley, a.k.a. Ron Paper, who is not with us today. He's out ill. This show will touch on various subjects going on through life, in the world of news, sports. Can you say hello to my engineer, Crazy T?
Yo, what's happening out there, everybody? What's up, Ryan?
What's up, man?
Man, I'm excited about this show, man. You be having some topics, homie.
Yeah, it's just everyday life situations that you just speak on, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah, I like having relatable stuff, you know what I'm saying? Help me with my life.
Yeah, it's therapeutic. Everything's therapeutic, you know what I'm saying? Just got to talk it out, have a conversation. And that's just life. Wanted to talk about a couple things off the bat. I saw NBA Cares commercial with Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Dr. J. Now, that is supposed to encourage younger folk like me and younger than me to take the antidote. That scares me. You know what I'm saying? Seeing a older human being taking the vaccine and smiling and just, it's like, why would I do that? Because he did it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just makes no sense. You know,
Hank
give
Aaron
me
died like the week after he took it.
Give me somebody that's born
Are you serious?
in the 80s or 70s, not somebody that was born when speakeasies was around. You know what I'm saying? I'm not encouraged by that. With the vaccine though, like they trying to get the older people, 60 and over, healthcare workers, child care workers. Now you can look at it two ways with the older people. You can see if it works with them and if they die off, or save. I don't understand saving the older people first, or am I being insensitive? Tell me, T.
No, I hear what you're saying. They're even offering +1s for the old folks now. Like if whoever brings the old person to get their vaccination can get vaccinated too. Right.
The 75-year-old gets the vaccine, and that buys them how much time? You know.
My conspiracy mind thinks that this is part of the guinea pig process. Like, let's try it on the old folks first and see if we really got the cure.
I hope it works because I'm tired of wearing masks. My face be sweaty, and I'm just over it. I'm over it already. Hopefully, I won't catch it again. I had it the first time, and it was a rough experience. So but I'm not gonna take the vaccine. I'm gonna let my body's natural defenses work, and hopefully hopefully it works out. But I can't catch it again. If I catch it again, I'm gonna get up out of here.
Yeah, so I got a question. Is it like the chicken pox? Like if you catch it once, you less likely to get it again or something?
So my story is I had first symptoms November 3rd voting. I was in line voting, and I had a coughing attack. I had a coughing attack inside of the voting booth, and people were just looking at me like I was crazy. The older woman came by. She said, "Are we gonna, let you vote, get you out of here?" That Wednesday, I went to work, felt like crap, got done working, and I told the boss, "Don't even look for me for the next day. Don't even look for me." And that Thursday, I couldn't even get out of the bed. That Friday, I went to go take the test, got my results back Sunday. And so my symptoms were body aches, high fever, no taste, no smell. And I was sweating profusely, like I was 560 pounds. And it's the worst experience I've ever faced in my life, literally. But I was sick. I was down for about probably 12 days, got over it. I was still not 100%, I feel I'm about 80, 85%, but I just know something is up in me that shouldn't be in me. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to see how the results go before I decide to take it. Like I'm skeptical too.
Skepticism comes with everything, Want to talk about this. I seen in Oregon, a boy man, or a boy girl. In Oregon, trans woman wanted to enter the Miss America pageant, and they claim that Anita Noel Green, that's what he goes by. So he was the title holder for Miss Earth Oregon 2019. How about that? Somebody voted a man as a woman in a beauty contest. How about that? And he wanted to be a part of the Miss America contest, but the courts ruled that he was not naturally born a woman, therefore he can't enter the contest. How about that? Common sense,
right?
Now, you can do what you want in life, but in my opinion, weird is weird. That don't make you a bad person, that just make you different. So what I'm getting from human beings is, and then I watch on TV, and I'm a woman trapped in a man's body. So I'm gonna project myself as a woman until I can get the surgery, or I'm just gonna live the life of a woman. And me being a conventional man, a traditional man, a hardcore man's man, you can never sell that to me. All you can do is just be a regular human being and just live life as a man with a dress and high heels and lipstick and makeup. But it is what it is. I'm not gonna reject you, so to speak, but I'm not gonna be around you to reject you. But I feel that people like that have a place in life and carry on. They don't need to be bashed or nothing like that. But coming full circle, getting back to the point, you are born a man, so live your life as a man, dressed up as a woman, period. We have men that project themselves as women, entering beauty pageants, participating in women's sports. And in my opinion, you're taking away from conventional women, naturally born women. You're taking opportunities away from women. And they should have a place for those people separate. They have Special Olympics. They should have something special for the transgender, period. So be careful what you champion, because it might turn around to bite you in the butt.
Word.
So, my Golden State Warriors got handled last night. It was a guy named the Lakers picked up a center named Damian Jones. He played for Golden State, and he was in that system, that Golden State system. He was a 2-time champion with the Golden State Warriors, and Golden State needs big man play, front court play, rebounding. And for some reason, they refuse to go after a big man to help them on the boards. And Draymond Green went out last night with an injury that didn't help. And they just, the small ball can only get you so far. Heart can only get you so far. When you play the bigger teams, you will be dominated. And so when you're not hitting all your threes and getting second opportunities, you get handled like they got handled last night. Are you a fan of the NBA, Ty?
Oh, of course. Former hooper, yeah, I'm a fan.
Okay.
And I like I like what you're saying though. Like small ball only goes so far, man. Like if you can't get no rebounds, if you're getting your shots blocked, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Got to compensate.
You got to compensate. But my guy LeBron James just ceased to amaze me. And people think that I'm not a fan. I just I feel that there's overkill with him sometimes. He is a great basketball player. Can do it all. And Anthony Davis, if he stays healthy, they're the favorites. They're my favorites. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard. They picked up the German guard that played with OKC last year. He's tough.
Mm-hmm.
He's super tough. They got Montrezl Harrell. He's super tough. And they still brought back the guards. Caruso and I forget the other guard. But yeah, they have outside shoot. They have everything.
Yeah. And to your point, they got the size too. I think that's where they're going to take Golden State at.
Caldwell Pope. They got everything. They got everything. And the Clippers and Utah's real good, but the Lakers, the defending champs, are the consensus favorite. They're my favorite.
Yeah, man. I just like to see LeBron winning. It still feel like it's for us.
It's for him.
I mean, it is.
It's for him and his legacy. And if you're a fan of LeBron, cheer on LeBron.
Word.
Bottom line.
Well, I got a question for you, Ryan.
Go ahead.
What made you even get into this lane? Like, I know your story, but for the people that don't know, what got you into this podcasting space?
I was originally on a podcast team called RDR, Talking Numbers. We talk sports. And I like sharing my thoughts on air. And I felt that it was a great outlet. You see so many people speaking on YouTube, on various podcasts, and I say, hey, I could do that. You just gotta, project your thoughts clearly, and just have something to say, basically, And I got something to say.
For sure.
So we can go to our segment. We have a segment every week called A Woman's Touch, where we present a topic to a woman and we speak on various ideals and subjects having to do with boy-girl. So without further ado, I would like to introduce my guest, Jill.
Jill, come on down.
I'm coming.
We got Miss Jill Blackwell in the building, representing on the first episode of Wide World of R.
Hello.
Put your earphones on, please.
Yes, welcome.
Hello.
Jill, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name's Jillian Blackwell. I guess I'm 39 years old, female, of course. I have a podcast myself that I actually just started. It's called The Butterfly Effect with 3 Y's at the end of butterfly. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Anchor is actually where you can actually listen to the episodes. And I have a website that's called The Butterfly Effect with 3 Y's as well.com.
Nice.
All right, so without further ado, today's topic is. Ty, do you have the topic written down?
Today's topic. Yes. No, I don't. Hold on.
Today's topic is how long is too long in a relationship with a man and a woman. I was watching a movie yesterday, and the man and the woman were together for 11 years, and the woman finally got fed up and asked the question, what are we doing? Where are we going? And the guy was trying to buy more time. Men do what women allow. I always say that. Women give men access to sex, and men give women access to marriage. So, Jill,
Yes.
how long is too long in a relationship? So, let me set it up. I meet you, and we go out on a couple of dates, and we actually become a couple. Within that first year, what do you expect out of me?
Okay, so let's just go back. Me personally, when I meet a guy, first, I feel like you should have that conversation initially when you meet someone. I feel as though if that's a goal, if that's something that you aspire to do or that you believe in wholeheartedly, I feel as though you should have a conversation about it, just so we can establish where I'm coming from and where you're coming from. Therefore, if we get to that point and we get to where it's a year in or 2 years in, you can't say that's not something that you did not expect.
So-
you didn't know that I was in.
So you telling me, when I meet you, you talking the first date, you talking the second date, when do you establish the ground rules?
So, first off, when you meet someone, you probably, communicate with them over the phone or however a few times. I think within those conversations, you may touch upon it. You may have a few conversations. You may kind of see I kind of see where they're going, like if that's something they want to do.
Okay.
Because at this age, the way I'm dating, if I meet someone, I have that conversation over the phone, because then I may not even make it to go on a date. But I don't rule you out. And then I will say, once we go on a few dates, you kind of want to give it a few chances, get to know them a little bit. And then after you go on a few dates, then you can have that conversation. Because I've always been told men usually know early on, like when they first get to know someone, a lady who they're interested in, whether they want to marry her or not. And I think if we have those conversations in the beginning, I feel as though we can know how we will know initially, okay, where do we want to take this? Do we want to just casually date, or do we want to take it serious? Do we want to get to know each other a little bit more?
So explain to men, because the point of a woman's touch is to troubleshoot, not bash, but troubleshoot and find solutions to create couples, black love.
Correct.
So when you say casually date, tell men out there what casually date means.
Okay, so casually date, I think it means a lot of different things to a lot of different women, but I would say for me, casually date means if we're talking, we're hanging out, we're having fun, going a few dates. That's why I say communication is important, because as women and men, if we communicate our expectations of one another, then I feel as though when it get to the point where we're looking at what's going on, then we can make that decision. So when I say casually date, so if I communicate with you and I meet you and I say, hey, let's go out on a few dates, and we possibly could be seeing other people, no kind of sex involved or whatever, if we communicate that that's something we would like to do, then that's something we would have to mutually agree on. But if we go out, have a few dates, have dinner, maybe not spending the night at each other's house. That's what I see with casual dating, where we would go have dinner, talk, maybe possibly open to see other people, because there's not any real expectations there.
Okay, so do you have to casually date to transition to serious, or can you just go straight to serious?
I think it all depends on the person. I feel as though if you meet someone that you really click with and you have strong chemistry with, I feel as though you may have one or two casual conversations and you may have one or two casual dates, but then you may say, you know what, I really like this person and I really want to keep this person in my life, and I feel it's important that I maintain a relationship with them. So at that point, you could go and have that conversation with them and say, you know, well, I feel like we should talk about it. You know, is that something you want? Because that may not be something you want. And if it's not something, if it's something that you don't want, then I would have to then make a decision, because like you said earlier, women are like the driving force as far as what relationships and the expectations. So I feel as though if you say that's not something, well, we allow certain things to happen, and I agree. Most things that happen to women, we kind of allow that stuff to continue to happen. So if I go to you and I say, this is something that I want, this is what my expectations are, and you can't give those to me 5 years from now, if you say, well, I told you I couldn't give you that, then that would be on me to say, well, I chose to stick around.
Okay, so let's build up to that. So we're serious.
Mm-hmm.
What is the goal the first year?
So the goal the first year, and this is how I work out, I get to know you. I get to know, you know, the things that you like, things I like. I build that rapport we get to know each other. The expectations is that we will kind of see where this may go. That's just how I do for the first year. I get to know you. I get to know what it is that you like. I allow you to get to know me. What's your quirks? What are my quirks? What are things that may, your triggers? Because, you know, there's things that may trigger you. So I get to know those things. And within that year, if I see some things that, you know, are not, you know, pleasing to me or not working out, or you may see some things like, oh, you know what? That's something that I would like to see change, or I would like to see make some, you know, compromise or sacrifices about. We would talk about that, and then within the next year, because this is mentally in my mind how I date. So the first year I get to know you. The second year, if there's some things I feel like maybe we need to work on, or some things that may have happened within that year. And I'm not saying this works for everybody, because some people won't even date you for a year, 6 months, you know, however long. They're like, if you're not looking for marriage or ready to marry, then they're done, you know, because some people just don't have that time to waste, which I understand. So, but I give within that second year if there's some things we need to work on. And then by the third year, if I see like, oh, that's not working out, I'm kind of creating a plan to get my exit, to go out, to say, you know what, we worked this out. It didn't work out. I'm sorry. No hard feelings. I can say throughout all my relationships, I have no hard feelings for any of them.
I got a question. How long does it take to plan the exit?
It doesn't take a whole year. Most women are mentally preparing to get out of a relationship by the time they get out. They have thought about it. They have considered it. They have, you know, thought about, okay, what are some things that I could work on, or we could work on how, did we do these things? And by the time they really truly have made it up in their mind they want to leave, they've probably left mentally way before they actually left. So I can't say how long does it take. It takes, because you always hear when a woman's fed up. Not saying that it has to be a bad reason why she left, but if we're the one, not we're the ones, but if whoever it is the one who's, what was the thing you said earlier about we allow certain things to happen? So if you're allowing something to happen and you decide, hey, I'm done, I don't want to allow this to continue to happen, you kind of have to prepare your mind to not to continue to allow that happen, because what has happened now is you have allowed that to happen. So now you have to change your thought process and thinking to say, I no longer want to allow this to happen.
So that's your program.
Yeah.
So the average man, alpha man, or whatever you want to call it, they usually lead. So it's by their program.
I agree.
So how do you forget your program and go with his program? What would allow you to say, okay, we gonna go with his program? Being the strong woman you are, being you've been experienced in dating, blah blah blah. What if you just throw it all out? What would you do? What does he need to do for you to throw out everything and go with his program?
So I feel like that comes with trust. That comes with trusting that what he's telling me I can stand on. That comes with trusting that everything that he said I can stand on, and communication. So, and when you say alpha male, I guess my thing is, I can't say the men that I've had that plan with were not strong, men with a strong mind and a strong idea. It's just that maybe we didn't work out, so we could have mutually agreed to go our separate ways. But I think it has led up to the point where we got in, we just realized it wasn't working out. So I feel like you would have to, if a man say, you know what, I don't want you to leave, I want to work this out, then I guess there would have to be some communication, and I guess whoever the person is, will have to weigh out their options and weigh out the understanding. But I don't think, when we go back to the original question, how long is too long? I think how long is too long depending on that person's circumstances in their life at that point, because there's a lot of factors in time. Like maybe there could be health could be within that time. There could be a lot of different things invested within that time. So when you think about a time, we may look at it like, oh, I wasted a lot of time with this individual trying to figure this out, when I could have been dating other people. I could have been focused on my goals. He could have been focusing on his goals. He could have been dating other people, because maybe if he didn't marry her within those 10 years, well, why? Is it because he thought he could find something better?
Does each failed relationship, or a relationship that didn't work out, create animosity and resentment within women moving forward to the next guy and the next guy and the next guy?
So I can't say it, and that's what I don't want men and women to think, that it has created animosity and resentment. I think it has created insecurities. And I guess I would say everybody becomes insecure and they question each situation. So you say, well, why didn't that work? So now you're insecure going into this next relationship. Well, I need to do things differently to make this relationship work. Or I thought I was doing everything right, and now, so what happened? So I wouldn't say it's resentment or anger or whatever. I mean, it may be, and it may come off that way, but I think it just comes off. I think what I would say is just being insecure and not really knowing why and what. And that's why I feel like communication, and then sometimes you could communicate and it still doesn't always be clear, because we want what we want. Like, a woman's idea is to be married, to be happily married, to have a family, and to grow old and love someone and be with that person, because that's how women are kind of made up. We're made to be with someone and not be from person to person, so when we're single, you kind of open to date.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Before that, anybody listening to this, please feel free to like, subscribe, and join the conversation. Give your opinions, feedback, and all that. The number scrolling at the top of the screen: 216-772-3393. We Up Radio. All right. So the question I had was: is a person's insecurities a part of who they are and just accept it, or is it something that they need to try to work through?
I think we should work on our insecurities. And I believe that it takes time and it takes patience. I don't think we should accept those things, because even a woman with insecurities, I feel like those things could really mess you up. They could really create a false impression in your mind and what you believe. So I feel as though we should work on them. I don't think we should accept them, and I don't think anybody should accept their insecurities. And it's hard. I feel like it's hard to, work on those things, because sometimes people have insecurities and don't even know that you have an insecurity about something, So I feel as though it's once you recognize that and you have recognize that this is what it is, then you should work on those insecurities, and then you should work on them so you won't take them into the next situation. But in the ideal world, we wish we could do that, but that's not always the truth, because when I say triggers, what happens is you get in another situation or whatever, and something might trigger you from that last situation and be like, oh wow, now you're back to square one.
Thank you.
Please give me a list of incentives women have to keep a man.
Hold on, wait. So you're saying a list of incentives we have that we want our man to have?
No, that would keep a man around, or some things that women can do
to keep a man?
To help the relationship.
So this is the thing. My thing is, I can't give you incentives on how I could keep a man because I'm not a man. So I feel as though, and clearly I'm single, so I can't say what I've done to keep a man, because I feel like, and another thing, a man only gonna be kept if he wants to be kept. So I could say I'm gonna do A, B, C, and D. I've done A, B, C, and D. I've tried to be A, B, C, and D, and it hasn't always worked out. So I feel like I can't say certain things I do will keep a man around. I do know. So I guess you tell me, what are some things that would keep, as a man, what are some things in the alpha man? What do you think that a woman needs to do to make you want to, invest in this relationship?
So a woman being a woman, feminine, being warm, being soft, being caring, being cooperative, listening. Those are some of the traits that the new woman have lost because of their strength. They have to be strong because of whatever reason. And I feel that a woman's woman, men love women.
Right.
Soft, warm.
Amen.
Right.
And it doesn't take much to keep us around at all. The physical attraction, that's the initial thing. But, the cooking and just how are you doing, and just the hugs, just the simple things. I think the simple things are gone from the traits of a woman.
Okay.
And it's weird because it's like, wow, women don't know how to be women no more.
So, okay. And, can I go now?
Go ahead.
Okay. 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 I mean, I can agree to some degree, some extent. I think somebody calling.
Ty, is that somebody calling?
You got somebody calling, man. It's you.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's up? This is Ron. I want to speak to Ryan.
This is Ryan. This is my guy Ron Worley, who is who is out on sick leave right now.
I'm on sick leave, man. I'm watching the show, bro. I'm loving it right now.
Ron, can say hello to Jill. Say hello to Jill.
Hey, Ron.
Jill, how you doing, Jill?
I'm good. Sorry you couldn't be here, but I'm glad because I'm here today.
Yeah, I had to call up, man. I can't wait for next week, bro.
I can't wait for next week, man. But you get better, man. Hey, Ron, do you want to
I'm getting
share?
better.
Do you want to share why you're not here?
I'm gonna use this right now for a no comment right now.
My guy. I hope you get well, man. I hope you get well.
Thank you, bro.
All right, now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right.
All
So.
right, go ahead.
All right. So, back to that question. This is the thing. I guess women get a bad rep because they say we're so strong, we're so this, we're so that. But when you go through things, who do you call on? You call on your mom or your woman to kind of be there for you. And I think throughout life and throughout time, women have endured, men too, but women have endured so much of taking on this person's problems, this person's expectation. They have to take care of their family. They have to go to work, they have to be there for their family, other people's families, their friends, each other. So much that they have had to endure, and you have to mentally take all that in. Can you imagine as a woman having to take all that stuff, and as a man, and I'm not discrediting men not being strong, it's just that, come on, work with us and have to understand we have to deal with all these things. And our man, if he going through stuff, so when you weak, you want me to be strong. So, and then there's a time in there, and this is something that's known within the African American family structure. There's single mothers, so they have to raise their children by themselves. They have to do so many things, and it's not bashing men, because I will say things are getting better and I love it. But I feel as though we're expected to be this, but then we have to hold it all up and hold it all in. And if we fall, because a lot of successful men are great because they have a great woman. So if we fall, that foundation falls. So I feel as though we want to be feminine, and we want to trust, and I think it all comes to trust and understanding and being able to trust that that person, that man, whoever that you put in that role is going to lead you. It comes to trusting and to knowing that that person is going to lead you and that person is going to be there. Because if you have to maintain all this on your own and then to give it all up and say, I'm going to hand this all over to you, I want to trust that you're going to be able to take it and you're going to be able to go on with it. Because if you don't, then once the foundation falls, everybody falls.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you feel overall that black women, respect black men? Honestly.
Okay. I will say we can do better. Honestly. I think we could do better. And just looking at things, and I'm just being honest, looking at things, I think that we as a race need to respect each other. Black men need to respect black women. I think black women need to respect black men.
Black women are racist.
Huh?
Black women are racist. Like since Scandal, I've seen a lot of sisters who went across the pond and got him a lighter fella, and he gets carte blanche. Like the brother catches hell, you know what I'm saying? But the other man, he gets, oh, it's okay. He doesn't have a job right now, but he has a degree from Harvard, so it's gonna be okay.
No, and that's not the case. That's not the case. I think that we expect so much out of our black men because we're all in this together. So we hold them to a higher standard. And I wouldn't say we're racist, and I wouldn't say black women are racist. I would say that, and I don't know the statistics for this, and I wish I could have known, so I could have looked it up. But I feel like when black men are not all, like there's different men out there that could provide us the same stability and the same love that we require. And so maybe it may not come from an African American man or a Caucasian man or whatever. It may come from whoever we love. And then you have to understand there are certain things that we expect, and let some of those men that you're saying that we go out there and may have that education, let's think about how do they treat us? How do they look at us? Because do they look at us as just a piece of a woman, or just, a trophy on their arm? Or do they look at us as not, as their partner, as we're in this together and we want to work together to build a family, to build a foundation, and we look to each other when we're weak or when we're strong or however that may go. go, but not just at the race. So whoever, if they went outside, with the expectation of the norm is, that may be because that person showed them and gave them that security that they needed to be able to love freely without any, without holding anything back.
Jill, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
And you can answer this personally or any of your friends. Why do black women drive black men away?
Well, we said black men period, but why do... Well, I'm going to answer it personally. I can say I may have driven men away. Once again, going back to my insecurities. Once again, going to say, I can't see why this person would want to love me that much. Or I can't see why this person would want to love me. Or I've had... Went it?
They have driven
caller,
men away. Once again, going back.
Caller, go ahead.
Hello, I wanted to speak on a... Oh, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, so there's a book written by a black man called Marriage for White People. And they asked kids, whole bunch of kids, black kids, white kids, male and female, what they aspired to be when they grew up, as far as it pertains to kids and family. The white kid said, I want to, be a fireman, get married, have kids, right?
Okay.
The black girl said, I want to be a nurse, get married, have kids. 9 out of the 10 black boys that they interviewed said, yeah, I'm going to grow up, be a rapper, and have kids. They said, well, what about marriage? No, my parents weren't married, so that's not, it wasn't even normal to them. Marriage wasn't even on the play for them. So I think that when you look at people who are black men, how many of them actually aspire to be married? So I feel like the race isn't even fair for a lot of black women because we want to be married. And the black men just they want a girlfriend forever.
Yep. I agree.
So how do you teach marriage?
Well, it's the man's job to teach these boys.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree.
I don't know if you're married, or I don't know. I don't know.
I was married because I bought into marriage and it didn't work out.
And so you said you bought into marriage, and I think that's what the idea is within our culture as black men and even black women is black men always be like, why do y'all want to get married? Do y'all want to get married for money? Or what's the reason? Why can't you just, let's say, is it just a piece of paper? And I've heard so many black men say this. So I feel like, and you say, how do we teach them? Like the caller said, I feel like as a black man, we have to talk to our younger people and within our household and our family say, well, this is normal. Because my parents got divorced, and I can say when I was little, I used to think, well, if my man not acting right, I'm just gonna leave him, because my mom did, and I didn't grow up in a household with a marriage and two people loving and, raising their family as a family. And so I think that has become a normal within our culture. So now, as we get older, it's just something that I feel like we need to work on.
Me and Ryan was talking about this last time. Like, for men, I think we just want that woman. Whoever she is, we just want her. And like my last girlfriend, I was telling her, like, if you want to get married, I would do that because I think so much of you and I want to give you what you want. But it's not in my head or in my heart like that. Like, it was like, I'll do it for you, but I don't see what I get from that I don't get from you already.
I tell women so many times, when a man is into you 100%, he will jump off a cliff for you. But you gotta make it worth his while. And I think women hold back so much because of insecurities, because of frustration, because of the past. I ask women this all the time. Do you give every man a clean slate? And none of them say yes.
Yeah. And they find out my name's Tyrone. They be like, I ain't mess with no more Tyrones no more.
I give every woman a clean slate, no matter what her history is, because I don't care. Because this is me and you starting together.
Right, and I give most men a clean slate. I can't say every, but I'm gonna say most men, because I've dated men that I've heard and this is why this is one of the reasons why I'm a private dater, because I like to get to know the person from my perspective, because when other people know who you're dating, they may make their own opinions off of that person. So I like to get to know the person from my perspective so I can understand whether I like that person and I could build that foundation and relationship with them. And I feel as though women do maybe give men a clean slate, and we don't always take our insecurities into that relation. Men do it too. It's just y'all have a more subtle way of doing it, because y'all don't act on emotions like we do. So you may not portray it in the way that we do. So that's just my opinion.
Word.
I think men go into meeting a woman way different than a woman going to, because everything is physical, everything is attraction. Oh man, she nice, man, look at her body, blah blah blah. So we worry about everything else later, as far as getting to know her, and we just fall into relationships.
Right. And that's
grandfathered in.
Well, and that's when you go back to the time thing. Y'all go in it just like that. We're going in it. Most women probably go in things with intent, because we don't have you don't want to waste time on a situation if it's not really something that is worth it.
Let me just say this. I got to get this off my mind, because women have this thing about healing after a relationship, and women call men that don't heal toxic. But if I broke up with my girl last week and I meet another girl in the grocery store and we get to talking, I'm not gonna be like, no, I can't talk to you because I just got out of a relationship. Men don't do that. Men go head forward.
Okay. And my thing is, so just recently, me and a friend was having a conversation about the healing thing. In the past, I used to be like, and another thing is, because with women, also with sex, you don't want to just be up jumping into, this new person, because then, you don't want to get all these, miles on you too. But in the whole, hold on, let me just finish this point, because I know that's going to take us to a whole nother subject. But let me just finish this point. So my thing is, in the past, I used to be like, I need some time to heal. And I wouldn't say heal, but some time to kind of process that situation. And it may not even be healing. But if you're going into a new relationship, you want to get that person, I want to get that person out of my system, because if I'm fresh off of a new relationship, John might call me and I may go out on a date, but I don't want to be two-timing Tony. So what I'm going to do is get John out my system, so I'm not two-timing Tony by playing both sides, because that's not fair to Tony. And then let's say Tony finally get feelings and I'm back with John. So I think that's not all. So it may be healing in that.
Well, women have a funny way of keeping one or two in their back pocket when John act up.
Is that okay? And let's talk about that. Yeah. Because I read something that said she may not be cheating, but she always know who's next. And the thing with that is, trust and believe, there's somebody, she may have turned him down a few times. And so whenever she done with him or whoever with John, she may say, well, Tyrone was hitting me up. So maybe so maybe I'll give Tyrone a few hollers because of this and that. And I feel like,
To like break
because
glass in case of
sometimes
emergency penis?
men juggling all of them, Sheila, Brenda, Barbara, whoever the two people that was on the phone. So most of the time he juggling all them. So it's just that we hold them off in the pocket. Y'all got us all on the table.
Hey, Ty, she got us figured out. You hear that?
I hear it. I hear what she's saying. It's just tough though, man. Like, the insecurity thing is the one that still get me though. But if a woman had 2 girlfriends, I don't think she would get respected like a guy who had 2 girlfriends. I mean, if a woman had 2 boyfriends, excuse me.
Yeah, it's different. And to piggyback on the miles, after age 40, the miles go out the door, right?
We all got miles.
I know. We all got miles.
I don't even ask a woman who they done been with. I don't even care. What we about to do?
But some women hold themselves at that kind of standard. So it may not be what you as a man is thinking about, but another woman may not want to be a promiscuous person. Well, let me take that back, not even be promiscuous, but because we're viewed as women, it's a double standard. So you may not view her that way, her man, but everybody else may be like, oh man, different stuff like that. And that goes back to how you were saying how women and the strength and everybody's changing. That's because things are changing. Because you can't say back when our parents were younger and our grandparents were younger, that was okay. I think it's getting better now, but it hasn't always been that way.
It wasn't okay, but women were very discreet.
Exactly, and we'll stay that way.
Because sex has always been out there, but the type of classiness and the discretion that certain women use, because I found out some things about certain women, I was like, oh my God, I was shocked.
Right. But that's how we supposed to play it. You could be a lady.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Have a little fun.
Enjoy your life. Because I feel like all humans need to enjoy their lives.
We call it leisure, Ty.
Leisure.
Leisure.
I like that it's up front though. I used to date back in the day, and you be on your 4th date and find out the girl promiscuous. Like, I've been out here treating her like a person.
Did it matter to you? Did it bother you?
It bothered me because I would have played it different. I was being too courting instead of
But you
going
could
for what
have
I
finessed it to your advantage. True or false?
Yeah, once I found out.
But
true.
why you say she was being too promiscuous? Maybe she just was enjoying her life, and she met a few people and things happened, and now she's ready to say, you know what? I'm ready to settle down. You ready to settle down? Or, because I feel like, and I guess we go to the whole Lori Harvey thing. People always think she's promiscuous because she's dated so many different people. And I feel like she is just a young lady dating and getting to know different people. Maybe the people that she's dated haven't always been the greatest, but she's dated quite a few different people, and some from the same industry. And I feel like she is young. She's dating. She's getting to know people. That's how you find out who you are.
So to me, that's different because she's running it up. Now, I couldn't be the guy to wife her.
But you just said that don't matter.
But she's younger.
Excuse me, that's how you get miles at 40 because you've been young dating.
Yeah, but by the time you get 40, you slow all the way down, don't you?
Right, and that's what I'm saying. The hope is that you do, or you may pick it up. Shoot, who knows? If you could be living your life. I just say live it and do what's best for you, because at the end of the day, when we all die, we going in that grave alone, and we going to have to account for how we lived our lives. Nobody else.
Listen to me, there's nothing better in the world than a fun girl.
Right.
Yes.
Especially a fun girl you want to keep as your own. Now, if you can get a fun girl as your own, that is gold.
Amen.
That is paradise.
Yeah.
And she be into you 100%, now that's the one you married.
And guess what? A fun girl is a fun girl throughout her life. And you just have to wean through and know you may just fall in love with her. Because somebody who meet Lori Harvey may not be for you, but somebody else might meet her and say, you know what, honey, I'm sorry things went how they did, but guess what? I'm ready to be with you because I love you for you, and you bring joy to my life, I bring joy to your life, so let's go live our merry old life.
Or you end up like Kanye, crazy as hell, but whatever.
But he's going through his own little problems because of other things. Can't say the relationship might have contributed to that, but at the same time, he chose to marry Kim because he loved whatever she was providing in his life at that time. And it may not be for everybody, and we always talk about, well, why somebody might marry that person. I just feel like there's somebody for everybody, and I can't judge how they live their lives, because if that person loves them, because when I meet my husband, whatever his past was, I would hope by the time we got together, God know my heart, so God know what it is I can deal with, so he's gonna bring me that man who is at the level of what I want. That's my belief.
I don't think confident men, this is just my opinion, I don't think confident men worry about meeting women. I think I had my run with her, it's always another woman.
Okay, I'm glad you say that, and that is so true. But guess what? What if you meet a woman, and I can't say, so say you met me, because I know some guy who he's confident, he tells me, well, if we don't work out, that's okay, I'm gonna go find,
I'm gonna never tell you that.
Right, listen, if that's okay, well, they say whatever, I'm gonna go find so-and-so. So then I say, or they not gonna find, but they know that they will meet someone else. Yeah. So my thing is this, you will meet someone, but if the woman that you're with is a woman that you like and you love, or whatever feelings you have for her, if you believe that that's someone you want to be with, then you're not going to be thinking about going to find another woman. You're going to be thinking about how you can make that woman right there happy and settle down with her. And I feel like if this woman possesses all these things that you want, you don't want to be worried about the next woman, because it could get better, it could get worse, but at the end of the day, we all want somebody that we could be with and build with. And maybe and that's the thing, back with what we were saying, black men don't aspire to get married, so their thought process is, oh, I could just go find another one. That's because they're not thinking about the end goal or that. So that's why us women and black women have to say, well, you know what? I ain't wasting my time with him, because that's not his goal. So go on to what's best.
What is best? Being by yourself, dating?
No.
What is best?
What is best is what makes you happy and what gives you a peace of mind. So spinning your wheels with this man who may not, evidently, if after 10 years he's decided, you know what, he hasn't thought about getting married, and y'all talked about getting married, okay, and y'all had this throughout the last 10 years, talked about getting married. If at any time if he's not made that move, then, and that's what you want, then you have to do what's best for you and what you want, because trying to work something out and you can't fit a square into a circle. You can't make that work, because clearly he doesn't want that. And you can't force him to want that, because then he's going to resent you. Y'all going to have problems, and he's going to feel forced. So you don't want to give him an ultimatum. And so that's why you do what's best for you and your peace of mind. That's in anything. You do what's going to give you a peace of mind that's going to make you happy. And if that young lady that you know that she has everything you want, but just there's something there, don't, keep holding her at bay, because you want to keep her, because you don't want somebody else to benefit for all the other 80% that she provide, because she missing that 20%. So you keep her around for that 80, but that 20 is very important to you. But that 80 could be, but that 20% that you missing could be whole 99.9% for somebody else.
All right. So Jill, we about to wrap it up. Mm-hmm. Please give an encouraging message to black couples or potential black couples or men and women that are looking to be in a relationship.
Okay. So my encouraging message is, I feel like you have to keep God at the head of it. You pray, you make sure that you focus on, and I feel like we find someone that's equally yoked to you. And once you find that person and you keep God at the head of it, I feel like there's nothing that could tear it down. That's my first encouraging quote. And for singles, black women and men, I believe that, and this is not saying we all have to heal, but I believe that you find out internally what it is that you want, you communicate that, and just be clear, and communicate what your expectations are to each other. And I feel as though once we do better with doing that, we can go as far as we need to go.
And that is our encouraging words from Miss Jill Blackwell. Ty.
Yo.
How do you feel about today's show?
I enjoyed it, man. I liked she gave us a lot of information. A lot
of jewelry.
Yeah, a lot of jewelry.
Costume jewelry. This is the real stuff from K.
Jewelry box.
Well, this has been the Wide World of our debut show. Hopefully next week, my partner Ron Worley, aka Ron Paper, will be with me. My name is Ryan Rogers, and thank you for viewing and listening to our show.
Oh, give me your information too, where to meet you, where to find you at.
You can find me on Instagram at Mr_Ryan, RYON 45. You can reach me at on Facebook, Ryan, RYON Rogers, RODGERS.
Yes. Nice, y'all.
Thank you.
All right, tune in next week for
enjoyed it.
another episode of Wide World of R.
Peace out, people.